And 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody, welcome to the podcast. Today I want to get straight into it. Today I want to help, if I can, any guys out there when you're talking to women. What's the best approach? Now, some of you might be going, what the hell does this guy know? I've been known to be quite good at talking to women over the years. This is not me being cocky. I have a Facebook dating group page now that I've set up, and this is the reason why I'm doing this. I set up the Facebook dating groups about 2 weeks ago. And by the way, if you are looking to meet somebody for your age group, go to Facebook, go to Old School Dating, Age, and then the rest should follow up. There's 5 different age groups, and yeah, guys, I'm gonna try and help you guys get some dates. Simple as that. So the reason why I'm doing this podcast today is because there's one group at the moment that has 90% women. Okay? 90 fucking percent. Right? And I would say out of the men that are in there, probably only about 10% of the men that are in that group, right? 10% of the men in there are actually doing something. The rest of them are just sitting around, not talking to women, and even worse, guys, they're complaining to me. They're arguing, they're bitching and moaning, and they're emailing me, complaining about this, complaining about that. And yet, guys, you know what? I'm working for free for you guys. For free. And even worse, or not worse, but you know what I mean. I'm paying out of my own pocket, my own personal money, advertising these Facebook groups to men, because I'm trying to get men into the group. Okay? And yet, I've said this to the group already, only a few weeks ago, and guess what? They still come back bitching and moaning to me. I can't believe it. Like 95% of the complaints I'm getting at the moment are men. Men! Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is a dream scenario for guys. A dream scenario. 90% women? Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you guys? So this is why I'm doing this podcast today. I mean, I think this is going to be a waste of time, to be honest with you. But look, hopefully I'm wrong on that one, okay? Because I genuinely do want to help you guys. I just get wound up now with people complaining. They know what the kind of work and effort I do, but yet they want me to hold their hand going through getting them a fucking date. They're all there in front of you. And guys, this isn't you going up into a bar trying to chat up a woman right in front of her friends or your friends, right? And everybody's making fun of you. Oh, look at him, right? This is online. It's discreet. It's easy. And some of you guys are on Tinder and Bumble already. So what's the problem? You know? Now, there was one guy that came back to me, that commented a few days ago, and he said that he's quite depressed. Right? That the dating scene is so fucked right now. Okay? Now you see, look, you might be thinking I'm Mr. Tough Love here or whatever, right? But like, I can understand that from this guy. Right? It is tough at the moment. It's very, very tough. But you know what's not going to help? Sitting around and complaining about it. Okay? Put yourself in the crap, I call it. Face your fear. Face your fear of chatting up women. Right? Like, there's no secret sauce to this here. There's one or two little sort of things you can do, yes, but there's no secret sauce. Okay, anyway. So let me get to it. The way I would look at talking to girls, it's all about comfort. Okay? Now, a lot of guys make the mistake thinking, and it's understandable, a lot of guys make the mistake thinking that, oh God, I've got to be like, I've got to be James Bond, charming and charismatic. No, you don't, lads. No, you don't. The most important part in talking to any woman is having the comfort of being yourself, whether you are a really kind of quiet, nerdy type, right? Some women love that. Okay? Some women love the quiet, nerdy type of guy because, you're non-threatening, right? She might think that you're batting above your standard, right? So it kind of makes her feel a bit better about herself. She doesn't have to sit around in the morning wondering, oh God, I'd better put on my makeup now, or right? Or when she's out with you, she's not worried about girls hitting on you because you're just the quiet guy in the corner, right? And believe me, a lot of pressure gets taken off even the girl in that scenario too. Because now all of a sudden she can relax more around you. And look, if she's in a better mental state, you're going to have a better relationship with her. Right? Now, let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum. The James Bond charismatic type. Yeah, some girls love that. They love it. Okay? But here's the problem too. Some girls will go, oh yeah, look at him now, Mr. Charismatic, Mr. fucking ladies man. And then all of a sudden they're not comfortable around you because they're thinking you're doing that to every girl that you meet. Right? Or if you're in a bar with them or a restaurant, they see other girls checking you out and they're like, ooh, that guy's hot. Right? Then they feel insecure and jealous in themselves. Right? Which is, it's understandable to a degree. So guess what happens then? You have some really, really tense scenarios, right? All of a sudden, your girl could be so intimidated by you that then she goes off and she tries to make you jealous by flirting with other men. Right? Like, you see, I think this is the big one, guys. That this is where a lot of people make the mistake. They're thinking they have to come across confident and cool, right? Like, for instance, guys, I know this one guy, right? And, I love this guy. I knew him he was a friend of mine when I was living in LA before. And he was a real quiet, kind of nerdy guy, right? American guy now, really cool. And, but the thing is, he loved women and he wanted to get the woman, right? And he was just a really kind of nerdy type of guy, right? And you know what? He used to go for it anyway because he knew one thing. No one's going to be handing women to him. So he knew, God bless him, he had to get up off his ass and make an effort. Okay? He knew this. He had to make the effort. And you know what? He used to go up, right, to women. And I actually saw him quite close to one girl before because we were standing in a bar and there's a beautiful girl next to us. And he started talking to her, and she was a bit kind of taken back because she wasn't sure now of where this was going, why he was talking to her, and etc. But all of a sudden, he started fumbling over his words. He was like, oh, he was so nervous talking to her. Okay, and guess what? The moment he started fumbling over his words, she loved him. She absolutely loved him. Hey, I loved him more for that. Like, fucking loved the guy, because I know that he can't, like, this guy, this guy's trembling, right? Going up to talking to women. He said that his palms get sweaty. His heart is racing, right? But he'll still do it. I just love this guy. Love him. And so, like, you think about that, guys, right? The girl is completely at ease with you. You're not a threat, right? And everybody's a little bit happier. So what's happening here is when guys feel the nerves, a lot of the time, not all the time, a lot of the time, it's because you feel in your head you have to come across a certain way. I have to be smooth. I have to be charming. I have to be charismatic. I have to be good looking. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Like, we all know this one, right? Oh, my emails are going off. We all know this one, right? You'd see a lot of really gorgeous women with, look, in fairness, a couple of mediocre or not good looking dudes, right? Why do you think that is? Because they're comfortable, back to the comfort, they're comfortable with that guy. It's not all about, it's this, and this proves, guys, this isn't about looks. It's about your attitude. Some chicks love the rock star, champion, fucking, James Bond spunk. Then some girls like the really, really quiet guy. So it's all about getting them into a comfortable scenario, guys. The moment I think you've got about 4 to 5 seconds to make an impression. After that, they have an idea of you in your head, right? And then, no, it can still change, but I think really you've got about 4 or 5 seconds to make that impression. So take all of that out, guys. Look, please remember this. If you're going chatting to a lady, if it's in your nature that you're going to fumble over your words, you're terrified, and she sees it written all over your face, some women love that. Don't fake it. Use that. Let them see what you're like. Because you know what? That's your honest. That's you being honest and raw and truthful. Okay? Because if you start to try and fake, charm and all this type of thing and confidence, well, people can see through it a lot of the time. Unless you're a terrific actor, but people can see through it a hell of a lot of time. So go with what you have. Use what you have. Am I shy? Am I quiet? Perfect. I'm going to use this because some girls won't be threatened by me. They'll be comfortable around me. Brilliant. Tick the box. Will some girls not like it? 100%. As in 100% as I'm not saying 100% of women won't like it. I'm just saying that you're guaranteed that some women won't like it, but some women are going to absolutely love it. Love it, right? And, when you're going up talking to a girl, I mean, look, like even yesterday, okay, there was a girl complaining, and quite honestly, I agree with her on this one. There was a girl complaining that they're getting messages from guys on Tinder, Bumble, and wherever, right? Even my dating group now, okay? And there's guys sending photos of their their dick within about like 3 or 4 messages. All right? Now, guys, Jesus, they don't want this. All right? Girls don't get turned on by sending dick pics. All right? Now, can I speak for every woman? Of course not. But a woman wants you... There needs to be a warm-up, guys. There needs to be a little play here before anything happens. Right? I'm not saying foreplay before sex. I'm saying as in like when you're talking to a girl on Tinder or even in a bar, there has to be a little bit of play, right? A little bit of a dance, so to speak, between you. There's got to be a little flirty. Or, if you are the quiet guy, you go with that, right? Now, depending on who you are, what's a good opening line? If you can be funny, that's the best one you have in your belt, in your armor. It's the best one you can have, okay? Not all guys are funny. Some guys are, some guys aren't. Right? But if you can break the ice like that, like for instance, right? What I do is I never okay, this is exactly what I do. And to be honest, I actually do this for everybody, isn't if I want to be with a girl or I don't. When I'm standing in a bar or a nightclub, and if let's say there's a beautiful woman standing next to me, right? The very last thing I'm not going to do is say, hello, my name is Peter, how are you? Fuck that intro line, guys. Forget it. Right? Do you know what you do? You blend in with the atmosphere, so to speak. So in other words, pick something out in the club, right? So an example, let's say there's a really drunk girl or guy and they're dancing on the dance floor, right? And, everybody's in tears. It's hilarious, right? And it is funny when you see somebody who's just completely mouldy drunk, okay? So if you're talking to the girl, don't say, hey, hello, how are you? Because that puts somebody on the spot. Okay? The last thing you want is the deer in headlights for the girl. You want them to be really, really comfortable. So in other words, if you do see a drunk person on the dance floor and they're hilarious, turn to the girl and say, Jesus, I wish, come here, thank God I'm not like that tonight. He's some mess, isn't he? What's he drinking? Right? Like, assume she knows what he's drinking, right? Get her to talk. Just say anything. The most important, you don't address yourself. You don't say, hello, my name is Peter, what's your name? That's putting someone on the spot, right? That's actually addressing you talking to the person. It has to be, like, guys, you can be the most nervous guy in the world. You can be the most confident guy in the world. Everybody can do this trick. It's not a trick, sorry, but you know what I mean. In other words, like, you can still be smooth to a degree, right? And that's what you want, the smoothness of the opening conversation. Okay? And if you can have some fun about it, So again, let's go that again. You could say something like, right, the drunk guy's standing right in front of you, he's dancing on the dance floor, everybody's laughing, right? Beautiful hot girl standing right next to you. You just turn to her and go, "Phew, good Lord, he's having a good night, isn't he?" I wonder what he's drinking. Like, come here. And then you can start talking about shots. Like, you know what, actually, now? Like, oh, come here. I've had those shots before, actually. Do you know what now? I've had Zambucas before. Zambucas, they fucking get, do you know what? They get me, like, in that mood. Would they get you in that mood? And then turn the conversation on her. Right? Like, talk about fucking anything that's got a bit kind of banter, fun, right? You don't have to say, "Oh, you're gorgeous." Forget that. First of all, the hot girl knows she's gorgeous. Okay? She doesn't need to be reminded. Now, in certain scenarios, you can do that. Now, sometimes I do that myself because some people say I'm very, like I've got a lot of character expressions on my face. Jesus, I can barely speak English now. So I do that sometimes, right? Because I can get away with it. Okay? Now, that's not me being brilliant because, guys, in many ways, I'd like to be that sort of quiet, stumbling over my words with some girl too, because I've seen women just light up with that quiet guy who's gone for it. And you know what the women love, guys? They love that, even though, and this really sells it for you quiet guys out there, if a woman can get that you're really quiet and you're shy and you're terrified of speaking to her, but yet you went for it, that's what they love, right? They say, "This guy's got balls, he's going to do it." And it makes them feel better about themselves because, wow, he's really scared, but he must like me a lot because, geez, he's coming up and talking to me. So you're giving them even a bigger compliment, right? So, like, I would be considered the confident guy, right? Now, you see, for me, this works against me because if I go up to a girl, not every girl, but if I go up to a girl and if I'm talking away to her and I'm confident, they're thinking, "Oh yeah, well, how many girls has he done this to tonight?" Right? So in many ways, they actually feel like a number. So it actually works against me on this type of thing. So again, guys, not every James Bond or confident guy or the, spunky guy, whatever, they don't always get the girl. Okay? They don't. So, like, there's a good opening, right? You talk about the drunk guy on the dance floor. That's a good one. Don't tell them your name. Don't ask for their name. Just start off the conversation. Imagine it's like your buddy, right? You and your buddy are out for the night, okay? And you're starting off another conversation that you've already just had. That's the key. Talk to a woman for the first time like you've chatted to her a million times already and you're just going over to her to start up, just picking up from where you left off, right? You don't introduce each other. Nothing like that. Please, guys, do not introduce. "Hi, my name is Peter. What's yours?" Forget it, guys. Please. Please. Right? Even if there's not a drunk guy, you could turn and say, "Oh, like your dress? It's very cool. What kind of material is that?" Now, that's a tough one to pull off, right? Because some girls go, what's this guy on about? Is he smoking drugs? Right? But it can work. But look, the point is this. Start off anything apart from, "Hi, my name is Peter," or John, or whatever. Okay? Another good couple of opening lines would be, if the music's too loud in the club, "Jeez, the music's fucking loud in here, isn't it? Come here, am I getting old?" And have a laugh about it. Make fun of yourself. "Come here, I'm getting an old fart here, lads." Or, "Come here, honey, I'm getting to be an old fart here. Fucking music's killing me here. God, 10 years ago I wouldn't be like that." Something, Think about something that you'd say. Like, imagine this as well. This can help as well. Imagine that you're talking to the lads and then use some of that. Okay, what would I say to the lads now about the drunk guy on the dance floor? Or what would I say about her dress, or the music's too loud? Right? Like, get yourself into a comfortable state of mind. Use what you have, guys. The secret is not rising to the occasion and standard. You have your own standard, and you need to get comfortable in your standard. I've said it already. Are you the shy, quiet guy? Use that. Okay? Let them see you're the quiet guy. Girls love that. You're non-threatening. If you're the charming James Bond type or whatever, confident guy, use that. Okay? And no matter who you are, guys, James Bond doesn't always get the women. He doesn't get every woman out there. Right? Now, that's just fact. That is fact. And look, guys, it can be terrifying. And I was even saying this on my social media yesterday, that like I'm known as a confident guy. Okay? And you know what? Even I get nervous talking to some girls sometimes. You know, depending on my mood, right? I could be feeling a bit tired, or, you know, like she's so drop dead gorgeous. It's like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Or unfortunately, there could be people around you're like, oh shit. But, you know, I really want to talk to her. So like I've done that quite a few times where I've actually gone up to a girl, talked to her, but even though her friends are around. But you see, the thing is, she was so drop dead gorgeous that I had to go for it. I just had to. I would have killed myself if I didn't. And you know what? If you have to do it in the mess, so to speak, as in if you got to do it around their friends, well, fuck it. Just go for it. And believe you me, I'll tell you this much, guys, right? I do it because it scares me a lot of the time. I get adrenaline rush, the heartbeat, yep, but I do it anyway. And you know what? I would say the amount of women I've chatted up, I failed 90% of the time. Okay? Not 1 out of 10 would be interested. Maybe 2. But I failed a lot more than I've won, if you want to call it that. Winning, right? It's not about winning, but you know what I mean. And I just keep going. I just keep fucking going. And also, guys, get used to rejection. You see, I've got to a stage where I've chatted up so many women that I've got used to the rejection. And I can tell you this, guys, when you do start chatting up a woman, there's 2 things going on here. Number 1, you're complimenting them, right? I would say, if I'm going to look at it percentage-wise, right, the amount of women I've ever chatted up in my life, there is not one girl that told me, oh, fuck off, man, go away, get out of here. Who the hell do you think you are? Not one of them, right? Why? Because guys, it's a compliment, right? They know what you're trying to do. You're trying to chat them up. Okay? They know it's a compliment. And do you know what? Even if they have no attraction to you, or they do have an attraction to you, or they're not sure about you, it doesn't matter. This is a guaranteed fact. They're going home that day delighted with themselves. I can tell you this. They're not going home, oh, I wish now men would just stop hitting on me. Right? That's bullshit. Okay? Even if a girl says that, and you know a girl like that, they're full of crap. They loved it. In fact, what they're doing is actually bragging and just pretending, oh, I didn't like that. So it's a secret brag, so to speak. Every woman on this planet loves that. You have made her day. I have 100% batting record for every single woman I've chatted up and not taken it bad. 100%. Not one woman has got insulted by me or like, who the hell do you think you are? Not one of them, guys. Okay? So, look, and I know, guys, look, it can be scary. Put yourself in the shit. Put yourself in the shit. Get yourself terrified. Get scared. Get absolutely, your palms are sweating. Your heart's fucking racing. Do you know how alive you'll feel when you do this? Like, do you realize how unbelievable you'll feel? You freed yourself from the regret. Right? Because the regret kills you. That's the real fucking killer. Right? And remember this. You're scared. Why? Because you care. You want to meet a beautiful girl. You want to meet that girl that you see in the bar. Right? That means you care. So therefore, if you care, you want it. Right? You'd like to meet that girl for a date. You'd like to go out with that girl. You'd like to marry that girl. You know? So listen to the fear. The fear is telling you everything, boys. Everything. So guys, look, I hope this helps to a degree. And, just before we wrap up, most important, guys, if you're talking to a girl in a bar or a restaurant or whatever the hell it is, do not address the so-called elephant in the room. Don't address her. Don't address you. Don't say, hi, my name is John. How are you? What's your name? That's putting her on the spot. Okay? If you're in a coffee shop and she works behind the desk, right? You can say, because again, there's other customers in the office or the shop, right? But if you're going in every day, well, then maybe you want to put in a bit of work, or like you want to build a relationship with her. Well, that's a different scenario. Like you could just say, hey, so what's going on? And if you were out at the weekend, you could start the conversation going, oh, come here, listen, I'll have my normal coffee, but I don't know if I could drink it out tonight or today. I'm so hungover. Like, get the ball rolling, the start. And, she might go, oh, where were you? Was it a late one? Oh, come here, it was. Yeah, I was down in, Johnny Mac's bar there. Do you ever go, do you go there? Or, something like that, right? Yeah, and she's like, oh, yeah, no, I've never been. Oh, come here, it's wild. It's good spot. Don't ask, because there's a little bit of mystery too if you don't give her your name. Okay? Little bit of mystery. Keep her thinking. All right? So guys, I hope that helps. I really do. So look guys, thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next podcast. Cheers guys.